couple right there. Jewish couple. Jewish technology and film me, boy.
Gash to the head. HPD says the second person who was shot arrived at a nearby hospital. As we learn more, we'll let you know.
30-year-old Eric Eugene Washington promised his mother, Corinne Goodman, he would do better.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Bayou City Report. I'm coming back at you with a circumstance all across the city of Houston today, where we have something surprising that's in an uptick, let's just say, within the city. And what I'm talking about, frankly, is just racism, okay? So if you didn't know, Houston is touted as the most diverse city in the United States, which I wouldn't disagree with, right? We have every cuisine, all the languages. I mean, everything you could think of is you can find in Houston, right? But with that, let's just take a trip over to the Heights, okay, where candidly 12 residents who live in the area, and I put up a map for you to see the location or the general vicinity. And that sits right around the 610 north, or like north of 610 in that area, like north. I would look at the map. Okay. Anyway, look, there are a series of racist flyers going all through the Heights neighborhood. Okay. Residents of the area have been picking up flyers that have been distributed with anti-Semitic and racist material. It looks like these items are sealed in plastic bags and they're weighed down with rocks or other items. Sometimes they're weighed down with dog food. Sometimes they're weighed down with beads. Okay. Regardless, this is pretty wild because I would say Houston has a rich there's some rich Jewish history within the city of Houston, and I'll do a separate video on that just to give you an overview. But regardless, police are saying that, which is amazing to me, that they can't necessarily do anything about this because it's considered free speech. And they're also evaluating whether their behavior qualifies as a hate crime, right? Or a crime at all. Now, regardless, that's a whole nother conversation. We can take a trip down to West Chase, okay, which is west of Houston, where police are searching for a man seen in a video verbally assaulting a biracial couple with anti-Semitic and racial slurs. Now, in this area of West Chase, just the west side, there is a slight uptick, or there are signs of a white supremacist or organization sort of forming. And it's just something that you guys need to be aware of, okay? Now, in this situation, and I put the image up of the dude talking crazy. He was seen just following a man and his fiance walking their dog when he just approached them. And the video, apparently that the couple took, showed the man following Tran, who's the gentleman, and his fiance, the gentleman who was verbally assaulted, as the couple continued to walk down the streets Meadowvale Drive and Tanglewild Street, okay? Now, the police said that the man seen in the video could face charges of a terroristic threat, which is a misdemeanor charge. But if you go up north, and I believe I talked about this area before, Atascocita, and we're going to take a trip back up north, back to February of 2022, okay, where we had a series of anti-Semitic, racist flyers found in Northeast Harris County over the weekend, the second weekend in February of 2022. Okay. Now, around midnight, Stacy and her family were returning to their home in Atascocita when they saw something in their driveway. It was a plastic bag showing a flyer of Adolf Hitler and other Nazi images promoting white supremacy. Okay. Now, Brady told the local news that she and her husband drove around their neighborhood and took every flyer they could find. They had over 400 flyers in their car by the end of their exercise going through cleaning up the neighborhood. 400, okay? Now, all of this is occurring not just in February of 2022, but as of lately. But let me step back a minute. Back at Atascocita, let me close this out, okay? This comes around a time after other white supremacist flyers were distributed in another Northwest Harris County area, okay? The flyers were found in a Cypress neighborhood. So Cypress also has a situation, which is just northwest of the city. So Atascocita would be northeast, and then you just go northwest, right? Found racist flyers with racist cartoons against African Americans. Okay, so as you can see, racism, when I say racism in Houston, I'm not just talking about against African Americans. I'm talking about Jews, Hispanic, even racism against other white counterparts. Okay, just any racial foolery is no bueno, right? Let's go now. Since we're on the northwest side, I mentioned Cypress. Go down to Mission Bend, and I put up a map once again so you can see where this is located. This happened on the day before and the day of Martin Luther King Day, okay? More racist flyers were found in another Houston area neighborhood, Mission Bend, which, I mean, it's been there forever, right? Mission Bend has been a long-standing Houston neighborhood for a long time. Similar flyers were found in Mission Bend, right? Flyers being the same flyers that were found in the Heights. So anti-Semitic and racist flyers, those same flyers were found in Mission Bend, okay? So guys, just be aware that these things are going on within the city of Houston. I don't think nobody should be walking around scared or trepidated by any means. Just for your awareness, know that this is out there. I personally haven't had issues in that regard, right? But we live in a day and age where it's not necessarily about external acts. It's always the condition of your heart in the matter, man. You could be outwardly be the best person and kind to everyone, and in your heart, harbor racism or harbor hatred. It's pretty wild what people can harbor. It's pretty wild what human beings are capable of, and what we can reason and twist within ourselves to just perpetrate and hide what we want and display what we want. It's enough preaching. This is the Bayou City Report. I'm out.